shuts every one of them down. That's a full team kill.
That's another. He's looking for third. He's going to get it.
Not the kill, and Vastek's going to find another. He finds that shot. He finds two.
He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's going to go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Clair College League of Legends. We are in the NECC quarterfinals. St. Clair up against uOttawa Garnet. Kaylee Jappy joined by John Zudima here today. We are going to be bringing you this exciting matchup between these two teams. They did see each other once at the very, very beginning of the season. The first game, uOttawa took it in 2-0 sweep. So we'll see if St. Clair can try and get some revenge and improve their record here. Move on in playoffs.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited for this.
I'm excited, but I think we're going to go 1-1. I think we're going to go 1-1 at the very start.
I like it. I like the prediction already. It's quick. But, I mean, for me, so St. Clair, they ended up losing that first series. It was the first match of the season, so I think for me, looking at it, you're kind of, it's a totally different team. Like, they had Barlow playing support at the time. Right now they have FaZe. And in that support position, they've had an entire semester to grow together as a team. They've had a lot of time to evolve and decide what kind of direction they wanted to go to. I think in that you're in that first match of the season, so I feel like a lot of it's nerves and getting used to each other. So now, I mean, for both teams though, it's going to be like I feel like it's going to be completely different in how they approach the game.
Yeah, from when I started to cast League until now, like things have changed drastically for the team, and it's kind of weird because I get to see their improvement along the way. But they've definitely come a long way since the first game with U of Ottawa. I'm really excited to see like who's gonna play which position, since last time we played them, they were in different positions than what they normally play for Saints. From what I know, we do have different players than last time for U of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Do you remember their name?
I think we have White Snow. I don't know what position he's in, or maybe it might just be a name change too. I don't really know. That's one thing that unfortunately we aren't going to know. But regardless, they do have at least 4 returning players, so it is mostly going to be the same roster we saw then. And I think looking back at the games I was taking, I just kind of skipped through them, but it really was kind of the early game decided by St. Clair, because a couple just early mistakes, especially in the bot lane, just let them snowball. And also, I mean, we were talking to Fresh before the game, they let them pick Victor and Jinx both games. And that was at a time when like Victor and Jinx were literally bar none the strongest champs in the game. So
best champions that you could possibly pick in the meta, because it was what everybody who plays League call it the arcane meta.
My favorite.
It was Jace, Victor, Jinx, Vi, all of them who were really, really strong. Jinx did end up getting a nerf, so I don't think we're going to see her as often anymore. But from what I see, like I don't see that Victor got a nerf. I just don't see him as often.
Yeah, I think people have found a couple decent answers to him, but I think the other reason that we don't see him as much is because Ahri is so prevalent right now in the meta. Ahri is like the strongest mid laner. She is blind pickable in basically any scenario. So I think for me, early on in these rotations, I'm most likely going to see a jungle pick and then an Ahri on the second rotation. I think a lot of teams kind of default to that because you can kind of, you get what your team priority wants, and then you just pick up the Ahri in the mid lane. Super safe pick, not a lot of direct answers to it. It does allow the other team to kind of pick their mid laner to what they want to do. But you're always going to have the Ahri, so I mean, it's not really too much to worry about. Yeah,
with the changes that they did to Ahri, it's like she has an escape. Like, she initially had an escape to begin with just because of her, like the 3 parts of her ulti where she uses a dash. But now she can get one after she kills or gets an assist on anybody, right? Yeah. So it's like, she basically kind of counters everybody now. She has that CC on her charm that stops everybody from moving and using any abilities. And then she has her dash to get away. That can, like, it's 3 initially, and then you can refresh it depending on how many kills you get. I've seen people get up to 8 dashes. Just like,
and they also,
where did this come from?
Well, when they reworked too, they also added some extra damage into some of her kit. And
they did.
So I think the fact is they added a little bit too much to her. I think they didn't realize the power of even just those extra dashes, how much meaning they could have in a fight, because it allows you to really play into her style, right? Where you go in for this fight, you get your chip damage down, and because you can get it off a killer and assist, you can get some chip damage down. You don't have to like 100% someone to get that extra charge. You can help out a teammate, throw out a Q if you manage to land it. Even a W happens to land on somebody that goes down. You get that extra reset. You can keep going forward in a fight, keep looking for those picks. So it allows her so much more freedom compared to what she had before, and I think that's why it's such a strong pick in the meta right now.
Right now, another strong pick is Rengar.
Yeah.
Do you remember exactly what it's? Because okay, here's a little secret about me. I don't actually look at the patch notes. I just kind of play the game and be like, why is this person all of a sudden strong?
Okay, so I did take a look through it. It is pretty confusing. They reworked some of his abilities, but the big thing was they changed his camouflage so he could get like his ult duration is longer and he could keep moving it forward. So
yeah,
it's the fact that he can basically like he could 100% you from 0 before by jumping out of the bush, but now he gets like he can jump out of the bush invisible 100% you and then go back in the bush while staying invisible, which is super strong. I mean, he's still, like I said, I think assassins right now just aren't really super strong in the meta. Like a lot of times, jungle picks especially, we're seeing a lot of Lee Sin, we're seeing a lot of Hecarim, we're seeing a lot of, like, you know, some of these jungle picks that aren't super, like, high-impact, gold-focused ones, like Rengar usually as an assassin wants to be.
Yeah.
So I think that's why teams might not be looking towards him right now, but I think he could be, you know, a pick that surprises us that can come out of nowhere and that one of these teams might pick up.
Talking with our jungler for St. Clair, Fresh, he did mention that he did want to bring in the Rengar if possible, but he's not too sure because Rengar is like that one where it's like you can be team dependent, but also you can just 1v9 it sometimes. But it depends on the matchup as well.
You know, it'd be really interesting too.
What?
Ricky's Rengar top. If he, I don't know if
he plays
has
Rengar
it
top
in his wheelhouse. I'm saying I don't know if he has it in his wheelhouse, but it is super strong if you know how to play it right. And we've seen him play so many different top laners at this point. Like I wouldn't really be surprised if he does have that
for sure.
And I mean, it's even a flex pick, right? Because you can threaten to put it in the jungle or the top lane. And I think with the buffs that it got, it could really help with the team. But here we go into champ select in the game number 1
this is
of
always
the quarterfinals. I do think it's really interesting. We'll see what the bans are going to be, and typically we are probably going to see a couple bans going up towards Ricky in that top lane. Ricky has been by the best player. He did get the MVP for the regular season for St. Clair for League of Legends, so I think very well deserved. We've seen him throughout this entire season. I think every single highlight video I've made, he's been on it at some point.
Really?
So like, yeah, he's definitely the star player for St. Clair League of Legends here. But we'll see. Hopefully ban phase starting up here. Yes, we are, and the first ban is going to be the Rengar.
Wait, St. Clair banned it though.
I mean, it had to be banned.
To ban it.
I mean,
no, it doesn't have to be.
If uOttawa, I mean, we don't know what uOttawa's been playing, but I mean, if you see that Rengar being spammed in solo queue, you don't want to touch it.
Yeah. Then we do see the Nautilus. Nautilus is always that support that I always ban if I'm support because Nautilus is just no.
You don't like the fact that you can just click the R button and knock up the ADC with no skill whatsoever? I don't like being the ADC on
the receiving end of that.
Yeah, it kind of hurts. So we are going to get the LeBlanc ban in as well. Very interesting. So I'm really looking towards St. Clair possibly going for that Ahri first pick because LeBlanc is another champion that can kind of match the roam of Ahri, and it's pretty evenly balanced lane. And depending on whoever finds that first initial roam, can really make or break that lane.
Yeah. Then we actually do see the Caitlyn ban coming through for uOttawa. Caitlyn's still in that spot where it's like she is really good because of her range, but some of the matchups I can definitely see that she'll have a hard time against. Like for me, I've played who was it? I played Samira recently against Caitlyn, and I actually ended up winning the lane. Really? That's a lane that I don't expect to win.
No, normally you pick that, you're getting countered. We are going to get the last 2 bans in here: Pike for St. Clair and Kane for uOttawa Garnet. We know we've seen Fresh's Kane quite a bit throughout this semester, so definitely a good pick for him is going to be taken away. So St. Clair with this first choice, going to be interesting to see what they go for, and it's going to be the Volibear, something we've seen a lot in both LCS and LEC.
Yeah.
Actually, seen it worldwide. Just a super strong pick in the jungle right now. I think like Volley, Lee Sin, and Hecarim probably the top 3 junglers.
Question though, well, actually 2 questions. Is it going to be top Volibear? Is it going to be jungle? And second, do you like AP or AD?
So for me, I really think this is going to be the jungle. I think his top lane doesn't have as much potential as the jungle does. I think he really, there's a couple top laners that kind of neutralize what he wants to do. Yeah. Especially because he has like really good wave clear with his combos, but something like a Jace can push him back. And if you get behind with Volibear, it becomes really hard to actually help out your team because you're kind of just running in. You're building like you're not really tanky enough to really make like a huge difference as a frontliner. And if you're behind, like you're not going to be tower diving with his ult, which is what really he likes to use.
Yeah, and then we do see the Wukong and the Xayah pick coming in for uOttawa. Wukong I've actually been seeing a lot more recently, and I think he also get a buff this patch?
I don't think so. I think he.
I feel like he might have.
Got buffed I know in a couple patches ago, but
Okay.
I haven't really seen anything since then. He is a good answer though to a lot of what Volibear wants to do, right? Because he has with this clone, he can play off those tower dives. We are going to see the Senna come in here. Senna Tahm Kench is actually re-enabled. The bug has been fixed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it here. Yes, we are going to get the Senna Tahm Kench here in the bot lane for St. Clair.
So then, well, wait. If Volibear is jungle, then Tahm Kench could no, because Tahm Kench doesn't go top anymore.
No, he does not. He's definitely. They made sure. I'm so happy he's not in top lane anymore. Oh my goodness, that champion was so hard to deal with because he's just too many tanky stats, and that Q damage was unreal. But we are going to get a Viego for uOttawa, Garnet in the jungle here. So both teams picking up their junglers. Looks like it is going to be a Wukong soul lane picked here. So St. Clair most likely going to look to take away mid laners, I'd say here, maybe even supports. Because I think actually supports might be not meant to be a bad idea because you know what your support lane is locked in. If you try and get some of the counters away from that Senna Tahm Kench, I think you can give your bot lane a really, really easy route to get to that scaling late game that Senna Tahm Kench wants to go.
I'm really curious to see how the bot lane's gonna go, just purely because of the Senna and Xayah alone. Because like they can both lock each other down. Senna just has that healing from her. But the other thing is that Xayah, her build, I just showed you the one clip from today where I go Gale Force still on her, but apparently you're supposed to go Eclipse on Xayah and go lethality. You're supposed to go lethality crit.
I think it really depends on the game, right? Because like if you want to go for more of a armor shredding build, like you're playing into like already we have Volibear Tahm Kench, which is going to be quite tanky for St. Clair. So I think into a squishier team, maybe you want to go Eclipse, but I think into something like this where you already know they're going to be stacking armor, stacking health, you probably want to go for more towards that crit build, something that late game scaling where you can actually shred it. Ban's going to come through here. Second phase, going to get Aatrox, Corki for uOttawa, Garnet, and Rise Victor for St. Clair. So a lot of mid bans here actually in second phase.
We did. I don't know. I'm not surprised by the Aatrox fan. There's the Ahri pick that you were talking about, though. I'm curious to see what Zephyrot's gonna pick against that. Assuming that he's going mid, because again, we don't know if any roles were swapped. We're just going off of what we know so far.
So I was gonna say, ooh,
that that actually might work because her ulti, she can't go through the cage at all.
It's definitely a good pick. I think the problem I see with St. Clair's comp right now, really dependent on scaling, and I think objective wise early game, I think they're gonna have a real problem going towards that dragon because Senna Tahm Kench doesn't necessarily push as well as a Xayah, and we're gonna have Veigar obviously not gonna push as well as something like the Ahri can. So I think priority early game not gonna be St. Clair favorite. I think it is gonna be uOttawa Garnet favorite. But I think for me, gonna round out this comp with a Gangplank, I do like it, but St. Clair definitely dialing into that really.
It's Ahri support. How much do you want to put on? How much do you want to bet that it's an Ahri support? That has to be an Ahri support.
I was gonna say, so the very first game uOttawa played against St. Clair in the beginning of the season, they played Silo support in their first game.
They did.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see an Ahri support here. Definitely not your typical pick, but I mean, I really like it because you can stack the Ahri charm with the root on Xayah, and even if Tahm Kench swallows up that Senna, he's gonna be stuck in place for a long time.
Yeah, he is. This is going to be a really interesting game. Like, you made a really good point. St. Clair has a team comp that's going to have to wait until late game in order to get all their damage in. Especially, like, with Senna, she has a bunch of different builds that she can go. I've been seeing the Eclipse and Lethality build more. But, like, I don't know. This game's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I think for me, St. Clair has a really simplified team comp, right? You want to get to those team fights. You want to get towards that late game. That's when you start getting your 2-3 M's, when you start scaling up. uOttawa Garnet, I think you have an unorthodox pick in the Ahri support. We've seen it. Like, we've seen this support play unorthodox picks before, so it's not something that would be too surprising for us to see him do well on. The thing is, though, like, to pull off this team comp, it's gonna be really hard for me because like this team comp, you don't have. I feel like their goal is not really to team fight. Like, you kind of want to find picks with the Azir Viego, but I don't know. It's hard for me to find an identity for uOttawa Garnet, which is why I think it's going to be a lot harder to pull that team comp off. But here we go, getting right into game number one here in the quarterfinals.
Wait, this is a lot. Like, so much more off than we thought.
What?
So it's gonna be Ahri mid with TP, then it's gonna be Viego support with Ignite and press the attack, and then it's gonna be Azir top with Conqueror and TP and Cleanse. What are we looking at again?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't prep for this, so
neither did I. I don't think I'm mentally prepared for this.
Okay. Let me just... Okay, so...
Let's
Gumby Power was actually the jungler for uOttawa Garnet last time they played against St. Clair. He is now in the top lane. White Snow, I think, is a newcomer and is now in the jungle.
Yeah.
So everything else is the same. We had Piek Performance, who's now MLO 12 as the ADC, Sprinkler support, and Oni as the mid laner. So everything else staying the same, but... I mean, I haven't seen a Wukong jungle since, like, Season 7 or something. Azir top, I literally probably have never seen that. Viego support, also I've never seen, so...
I can understand...
I don't know what I'm going to expect from this game.
Okay, wait, hold on. Now I just realized, why would an Azir bring Cleanse against a Gangplank? Like, I know they could use it for late game, but it's like...
Oh, you know what? It's for the Volley Bear. It's for the Volley Bear ganks. So he can cleanse the stun on it, and he can E out.
But you already have your E, so why not just bring E and Flash just to make sure that you're extra safe?
If he flashes on top of you, insta-stuns you, you have the cleanse, so you can get the E out, because Gangplank has no CC, right? So if you can cleanse that, you'll be able to escape ganks pretty easily. So he actually is pretty safe. The problem is going to be, when they hit level 6, he can kind of dive that Azir for free.
Yeah, and another thing that I just noticed, it's actually Barlow support. Barlow?
No, Barlow's ADC.
No, Barlow is support. Look at the items.
Are they They're playing Fasting Senna.
Yeah, but it's still the same.
So it's Barlow playing...
He's playing ADC, but he's not farming.
Yeah, it's Fasting Senna, though. Like, he's still playing the Senna, so it's not...
It's kind of backwards, but also not at the same time.
That's Senna Tom Kench, though. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But early game looks like there's nothing really going on.
Yeah.
Junglers taking typical paths here. Looks like bot lane going to be shoving in. I'm really interested what this bot lane's going to do because Viego support, definitely not something I was expecting.
I've never seen Viego support like anywhere. So it's like this is the interesting thing about being against uOttawa Garnet is that they always have like a weird team comp up their sleeve and you're like, "Oh, okay, well, this is going to be weird, but like we can do this." And then you actually like play against and you're like, "What is this? How did I lose this?"
Well, that was the thing. We saw last time they played against them, they had a Silas support the first game. They had a Nico jungle in the second game.
Yeah.
And both games they won. And, I mean, it wasn't like they were really close games and St. Clair was, like, making mistakes. I think a lot of it was just St. Clair not expecting the path thing. Because you can't prep for something like this.
You can't.
Right? So, like, you're going into it kind of blind. So, for St. Clair, you just got to take it at face value, see what you can do, and play out the game like you normally would.
Of course, and then it looks like they're gonna try and just push, like, clear the wave and try and get them off of turret for now. There's nothing really going on anywhere. We did see that. This is one thing that I wanted to mention. Veigar's brings Predator now. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have. It is common. It's like, Galio took Predator before. It's something where, like, it isn't necessarily super common for mid laners, but for someone who wants to roam, who wants to get moving, and it's even to help him get back into lane, it's super important. We are going to get engaged here in the bot lane. No, Barlow going to be taking stunned up here. Faye's going to be face taking everything. No, gets the stacks on the Sprinkler here. Sprinkler going to have to back off. Barlow down to about 300 HP, but nobody can go down just yet. But I think in the end, it's actually very favorable for St. Clair because of that healing. Ooh, White Snow with the gank here in top lane. Ricky has no idea this is coming. He's going to pop that barrel, but it's not going to matter. He's going to go down first blood over to White Snow on the Wukong.
Honestly, one good thing there, Ricky didn't even bother using any of his stuns because he knew that he was going down there. There was like little to no chance for him getting out. Really,
really good job. Good pathing there by White Snow. He timed that perfectly, so Gangplank would be feeling a little bit stronger because he did actually get that initial back off first. He was able to shove up the wave, get his sheen, and get back to lane, but good job there realizing that happening and Wukong getting in behind for that positioning, and now an advantage over to uOttawa.
The trade at bot lane, actually, I feel like, I'm assuming you were going to say it was working out in St. Clair's favor. And honestly, I agree with that because, like, the thing is with the Viego and Xayah versus the Tahm Kench and the Senna, they're just going to heal up all the damage that you just dealt to them. It's like if you don't go in and do everything possible and kill them within the first, like, engage, then you're kind of just, all right, I lost health for nothing.
Yeah, and I feel like the thing, too, looks like maybe a gank here in the bot lane. There's no ward. And that Bush with Wukong going to be here as well. So I think bot lane might have some action going on. Nice knock up there. He's going to catch Amlo. Amlo going to have to flash out. Going to heal as well. Going to be able to survive just barely. No, Barlow going to take him down. But Nato and St. Clair going to get one back here. Ricky and Gumby fighting in the top lane. But looks like a trade coming through. Gumby might want to opt into this. No, Ricky can eat the peach and walk away.
Did you say peach?
I know it's an orange, but I like calling it a peach anyway.
Okay, understandable. But that was a really good trade bot lane. Honestly, whenever I watch a Gangplank run up to somebody, I always just get confused because he does have the gun in the one hand. So it's like, why are you just not auto-attacking from a distance?
Because he wants to hold, he needs the mana. But Sprinkler here in the bot lane, yeah, go support. Not working out too well so far. Still down. You can see the farm right now. It is flipped because Barlow technically playing the support role with that item. Tom Kench going to be farming, is up about 12 farm as well as a kill over for Senna, so definitely winning in that lane.
Yeah.
Gumby gonna hit level 6 here, now has some kill threat, but Vigar on the roam up top. There is a ward in the tri-bush, but he's actually gonna take the blast man over, so Gumby not gonna know he's here. Gonna pop out of here, gonna put the cage down, stun gonna come through, he's gonna pop that, and that's gonna be a free kill over. Trade is gonna go through, they will be able to get that drag on the bot side.
It did look like they did want to dive the Senna bot for a second, but then decided like, hey, wait a minute, drag's up. We should probably get that while we can see that Fresh is top side. So they're probably just gonna pick that up. I'm expecting them White Snow to back for now. I'm assuming he has a little bit of gold, but as of right now, everybody's pretty even in CS. But other than St. Clair picking up the 2 kills, uOttawa, Garnet getting 1. All that's really happened so far. Everybody's been doing pretty well though.
Yeah, so I think what you need to watch out for here in the next couple minutes is going to be this Volibear, because he's level 5. He just picked up his item. He is looking like he wants to go towards bot lane, maybe for a dive. All going to come through on Zephyros though. He's going to be able to get past that cage. Going to miss the second Q. No mana left on Oni. Sprinkler going to be here as well. W going to go down, not going to hit though. So Zephyros going to be able to get out from that gank. Doesn't have the ult to finish off Oni, but
one thing that I...
Oh, Zephyros. Oh, going to get ignited. Q going to come through. Going to be able to flash away from it all. And going to get the kill on Oni. A beautiful W. Going to be able to catch everybody out. And able to make the escape. And now this Vigar sitting at 2-0 early game. Looking real good for St. Clair.
St. Clair wants their revenge.
Yeah,
they are hungry for it right now. One thing that I did forget to point out while we were in draft though is that for St. Clair, it looks like their team comp is more like, yeah, we do damage, but also if you try and do any damage to us, we're either just going to heal it back or we're not going to care about it. So I feel like their team, they kind of prepped this for uOttawa because last time that we saw, they just kind of stomped St. Clair. So I feel like they tried to predict it.
Fresh, going to catch out White Snow in the jungle. Does pick up level 6 though. Off of that frog, so we'll be able to pop the ult here. Trying to walk away, has a second charge. That's going to be an ult for the Volibear in as well. Q gonna land. White Snow gonna get ulted by Barlow to finish him off. And St. Clair gonna pick up another kill here in the jungle.
They're playing amazing. Like, as I was gonna say, they were ready for their kind of like
revenge.
Quirky little team comps that they have all set up. And I feel like that's why they picked the champs that they did. It's like they have so much shielding, they have healing, they have ways to get out of CC. It's just overall a really, really good team comp.
Yeah, I think for me, when they were playing in their last game, I think you kind of didn't get a taste of St. Clair, right? Like you were talking about the fact that you had Barlow playing the support role as the Janna and Lulu-like champions. Obviously, he doesn't play as much because he is in the ADC role typically, and he didn't have phase in at all. So last time they played against uOttawa, their bot lane very, very much was a different looking pair, but now they look way stronger. They're obviously way ahead in this game, and if you look at the gold graphs here, like we were looking at a little bit earlier before that kill, there was 1,000 gold. Look at the gold gap there. Look at the Tom Kench, 3,000, over 1,000 over this Viego right now, and the Senna about 600 over the Xayah. So already the bot lane gap just absolutely huge in terms of gold.
One good thing though is that Zephyros picking up these kills, and he's still able to like stay in lane and get as many stacks as possible. I don't think we have a way to look at how many he has at the moment, but like so far he's being set up really, really nice. He's able to go run top, pick up a kill, pick up the kill mid.
Ooh, looks like there could be a fight here over the Rift Herald. Fresh gonna flash right in. Only down to 0 HP. Gonna try and ult away. Will be able to get away just a little bit of HP from the bot. White Snow going in as well on a Barlow, but Zephyros gonna say no. I'm gonna take you down. That's him going down immediately. Sprinkler fighting here with Ricky. Ricky's trying to stay alive. Will be able to keep himself alive with this, and the ult actually from his ear is gonna save him. Gumby power. That was a big mistake you made. Zephyros gonna run him down. Gonna get another kill. 4-0 on the Vigar, and St. Clair gonna clean up at the Rift Herald.
That was a beautiful play. I'm happy that Fresh turned and went on the Ahri real quick to try and get her out of the fight, make her use her ulti before she was able to use it, or before Oni was able to use it offensively instead of defensively. But that was That was incredible. That's what I was trying to say about the cleanse though. Yes, cleanse is good, but if he had flash there, he would have been able to make it out and not have to give up another kill to Saints.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, he actually miscalculated his damage, and he ulted the Gangplank away from himself. He couldn't find that kill. That's got to be hurting, right? When you're picking something, you know, unorthodox, you're catching St. Clair unawares, but then you're not able to perform on the champion. It just makes it look so much worse. And now you're looking across the board. I was kind of excited for this game because of so much, you know, unexpected things. But right now, St. Clair says, you know, you got to beat us playing something normal here. Fresh going to come up top. No cleanse on Gumby. Oh, he does have it active. He's going to pop it here, but not going to mean anything. Fresh and Ricky going to combine to take him down there. And St. Clair up 5K gold here at 11 minutes.
This is an insane game for Saints. As like we keep saying, they're here for their revenge, and they mean it. They want blood.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at how their last match went against this team, right? I feel like it's almost like you're kind of disrespecting St. Clair by picking this comp in a way, because yes, obviously you were playing some a little bit unorthodox things here or there, but the rest of the team, you know, they were picking the mid lane, you know. You got Jinx as the ADC. You got Victor as a mid laner in every game. Actually, there's a fight here. Dragon, don't even have time to talk about that one. Dragon, no one has Smite here. Actually going to go down very low. We'll see who got that in a second. But St. Clair going to drop 2 here, actually. Dragon also going to go over to Garnet. Reset's coming through here for Viego, but he's going to be able to survive. No, he won't. He's going to be able to get a White Snow here. Going to pop a Q here. Going to walk away. Amlo going to try and get some damage down. Zephyr going to flash after him, though. Doesn't want to let this Wukong escape. White Snow going to try and walk away. Maybe get a kill on Zephyr. No, Zephyr going to live again. 6-0 on this Vigar. Absolutely smurfing in this game.
Probably the worst outcome for that is that the only person that killed there was Fresh. If they got either Zephyr or if they got Barlow there, that's an extra bounty for them. But they weren't able to get it, sadly. But they are still going to be down a little bit of gold. Currently 11-2 in Saints' favor.
Yeah, I really feel like at this point, I don't really know how this comp scales. Thinking about, Oni might know. Zephyrot's in here. Going to flash after him. Everfrost going to pop the stopwatch. Can he live long enough? Stun. Going to come through in time. Going to save him for a second. He's going to come through as well. Barlow going to pop the Q. He's going to keep his mid laner alive. Fresh going to pop the E, trying to catch up to Oni. Flash going to come through. Barlow going to take another kill and a heartbreaker for the fans of uOttawa Garnet. But Ricky getting a trouble spot here. Going to flash out, trying to escape from this dive, and he will be able to get out. And St. Clair winning all across the board yet again.
I'm sad for Oni there. I would be sitting there. I would be fuming.
Ooh, Ricky, you got to be careful. There's a blast plane here, but not going to take it. They're just going to try and take plates. And it's tough too, right? Because like it was a really smart play. There was no ward, so we saw him go through that bot bush to try and go for the back. And you didn't know what bush he was going to be in. So he hit the Everfrost, but he missed the Q. And if he hit that Q, it would have been a huge shutdown on the Vigar. Wasn't able to convert it. And now St. Clair, how much gold is that? 8K gold at 13 minutes, 14 minutes. That's
God.
That's crazy.
We'll put it this way. They've picked up a kill almost every minute.
And the objective bounty is now available. Oh, but Zephyrot's in a tough spot. He's going to get flashed on here. 3 members collapsing. He's going to go down. A big shutdown onto the Ahri. Finally, some life for uOttawa Garnet here.
Now, one other interesting thing that I have noted, well, 2 actually, because I just looked at the other items as well. The Senna ended up going, I always say it wrong, it's
Sunderer?
Yes. Senna ended up going that. But I agree with it. I'm fine with it because it's not like it is a build that she can still go. Eclipse is obviously just more popular right now because with lethality Senna, I hate you. It hurts so much.
Look at this. Oh, Ricky, you gotta be careful. Might have stepped up a little bit too far. But you gotta look, he's at a 2-level lead right now in top lane over this Azir. He has. I mean, the farm is actually even, surprisingly, but he has to watch out here. They're going to 4-man dive this thing. No, kill.
Ricky.
He has no shutdown, so it is just 300 gold, but they may be looking for that bounty. But they're actually going to opt out of it here, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, it was a good call for Ricky to drop the Gangplank ulti there, which is just the circle that everybody saw on the ground there. Fresh is going to try and go in and get up the stun on White Snow, but misses the stun and gets the stun on the Clone instead.
Oh, Ricky go after Oni. So much damage. Zephyrot presses the R button. And Oni says goodbye. Another kill over for St. Clair. And they just keep piling on 13 kills in 15 minutes. Absolutely unreal stuff.
Zephyrot's just going to get to the point where he's just going to walk up to Xayah and,
press the R button.
Yeah. Just press the R and not. Oh no, no, Ricky, Ricky, no.
Come on, you can do this. Ignite gonna come down. He's gonna be queued on. He's gonna be hopped on top of, and that's gonna be it. Gumby gonna take him down. And I mean, he had a chance there, but the problem is Diego has Ignite, right? So he doesn't get that healing from that orange nearly as much as he could. It's really hard to sidestep that one, and he's kind of just been getting bullied, honestly, by this Viego. I think Viego just gave up on bot lane. Try and go here. FaZe gonna pop up, try and save his turret at least. The rest of St. Clair gonna try and take away the bot jungle.
I mean, it makes sense why they would focus Ricky right now, because clearly they're not able to get the kill, like pick up a kill on anybody else, just because of how strong they are right now, how many items they have, 2, the damage, and 3, like all the protection that they have. So why not just try and pick up kills on Ricky for now to try and get that gold lead back? But how much gold difference is that? 7K? Yeah, 7K.
It's a lot. 7.5K right now.
Holy.
And objective bounties up for the side of uOttawa Garnet, so they do have that to try and come back with. But at this point, right, like we were talking about, this is a late game team comp for St. Clair.
It's not supposed to be
It
early.
is online at 60 minutes and 46 seconds. We are going to be offline for a second. We do have a pause here. Not quite sure what that's for, but regardless, we can talk about this early game. And now it is 60 minutes, so we are just past the early game here. But I mean, what a crazy series of it, like from the draft to the early game to the ganks to the roams. Like, what is going on in this game?
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. Like, okay, the weird thing is they shouldn't do that much damage early.
No.
They shouldn't. Veigar, he has to sit there and get his stacks. Yes, it's Veigar. He's AP, so he does damage automatically.
True.
But Veigar specifically, he needs those stacks in order to deal so much damage. But he already has those stacks because of all the kills that he picked up and how many minions he's killed with his abilities. So, like, I'm in disbelief.
Late game Veigar stage at 16 minutes, which is absolutely terrifying. Senna's 505 right now. She's already at 2.5 or an item and a half. Like, it is just going to be so difficult for. I mean, I already had a hard enough time trying to figure out how uOttawa Garnet was going to execute this team comp. At this point, like, it's going to be almost impossible because you got to think about the thing too. Like, this team comp has basically no tank, right? Like, you have Viego support, you have Wukong in the jungle, you have Azir top. So that Veigar, who's he gonna, like, you're just gonna go down to him. He's not really gonna have anything to block it.
Were you able to see what items the Wukong had before?
I did not. Were they tank?
No, I didn't see either. I was hoping you'd see.
Oh no, I didn't.
Actually, we're gonna see in a second.
And we're gonna see
He's going
Ricky.
a little bit tanky.
A little bit. Ricky gonna be ulted here in top lane, gonna be getting bullied yet again. He's gonna go down here in just a second. Sprinkler gonna pick up that one. St. Clair, the dragon is on the table. Looks like they will be going towards that one to pick it up, but not gonna get anything else other than that. So again, a lot of pressure being put top lane here in St. Clair. They can't really push through turrets. They are gonna try and get the spot one, but they need to find answers across the map here to try and get, because Ricky is absorbing so much pressure up in this top lane right now, and Oni gonna take a lot of damage here from Zephrot, but gonna be able to live for the moment.
One thing that I also noticed is that Oni did end up picking up the Merc treads, which is understandable.
Yes, very
understandable.
When
you're into a 7-1 Veigar, I would also pick up Merc treads. But I'm definitely curious to see where this Rift Herald's going to drop. It looks like Barlow and Fez wants to go in here, but I think they're just going to back off for now and let uOttawa get their backs off.
Yeah, so there was an objective bounty picked up for that Rift Herald for the side of uOttawa Garnet. So they're going to get a little bit of gold back. They brought the gold deficit to about 5.5K, but still, I mean, at this point, so far behind you, you almost need a miracle. You need to 100%. You need to pick up this shutdown on Senna to give yourself a chance. You need to start winning some team fights. You got to start bringing the team comp together. One item comes through for everyone here. Viego just finishing up that Sunderer now, so we will have that available to him. But looks like St. Clair going to try and get this. They will be able to get this mid-turret. Look at Fresh's positioning on the back here.
This is going to be a great team fight that's coming up. I'm so excited. I can't wait for it.
Ari going to be on the flank as well. We have Wukong waiting in the wings,
They
seeing if he can find
out.
anyone. Fresh being spotted out here. Going to try and fight it through. Going to get chipped down quite low. Going to have to ult all the way back out White Snow. Going to be able to throw that clone out and going to be able to escape as well. So no fight coming through Zephrot. Oh, he's going to get chipped quite low. Oni gets the charm in. Heal going to come through to keep Zephrot alive. Don't know if he needed that one, but we'll get it anyway. And now St. Clair going to back off for the moment. And team fight's definitely not going as well in the favor of St. Clair as I thought they would. Oh, FaZe took one step too far forward. Going to flash over. Actually going to live in this one. White Snow going to follow it up with the ult as well. And going to take the boss fight out. No, he's going to go down actually in the end. Zephrot going to trade that one back. Fresh going to go down quite low as well. Going to try and walk out St. Clair. A couple members really low here. Gummy Power going to pop the turret there in the mid, going to try and cover. Everfrost going to catch quite a few people out. AMLO going to try and block up 4, going to ult, but not going to catch anyone with it, and will be 1 for 2 for the side of St. Clair.
uOttawa played that defense extremely well.
That was probably the best you could hope for there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so surprised that Zephyros didn't die there at all. I could have sworn I saw that Gumby picked him up at the very last second when they were looking over.
The key there, though, was they did use 3 flashes for the side of St. Clair, and especially important on Vigar and on Senna. So both of those members of St. Clair are going to be very vulnerable for the foreseeable future. But Zephyros going to catch 2 out here, greeting for that mid turret. He's going to be able to get away from those skill shots. That's going to be him escaping for the moment. Fresh going to find AMLO there, so they'll pick up a kill, but Oni going to be able to walk away. So St. Clair going to pick up another kill, but uOttawa Garnet not only got the mid turret, but got that objective bounty as well.
One thing that I wanted to point out right there, that's how you can see how far Saints have come from when they first started. Zephyros didn't know where they were exactly, but knew they would be in that area, took the risk to TP to that ward. Barlow is going to try and go in on the Viego here, lands the root on him,
Yeah,
and we're going to see the knock-up and the slow from the Tom Kench, but it looks like Sprinkler's just going to walk out for now.
Interesting. They have the flank coming through here. White Snow going to hop onto face here. Very tanky, but that's going to be Oni coming with the TP as well. Ult going to come through, going to push them all the way to the back. Barlow, a massive shield, going to keep him alive for the moment here. Going to get the kill onto the Viego here. Trade it back, though. Faye's going to go down. Barlow barely living. No, he's going to go down. Shutdown coming through for the Azir. Gumby Power going to be stopwatched up here, going to keep himself alive. Ricky going to join the fight as well as Zephyros. Double kill for Fresh. He's still alive. He's going to heal up some more from that Sunder. Oni, no, he's going to take him down. Going to try and escape. No, the Q from Ricky. Not going to let him do that. All going to be popped here from AMLO. Going to try and take out Zephyros with the ult.
No way.
Going to get him, and that is going to be an ace for St. Clair, and they will be able to march this one down mid.
That fight showed exactly what I was talking about, where they have so much defense for Saints that, like, they're just tanky. They'll just sit there, and we're going to actually look at the replay here for it. Look at this, how this fight went. So we see Fresh, and we see Gumby Power picks up the kill on him. Ani's going to try and get away, manages to pick up the kill for Fresh. Ricky's just able to get the Q off, and then Zephyros is able to get the ulti off on the Xayah, just nuking her right before she is able to get up the kill.
I can't believe he had enough damage to actually kill her there, but that's what happens when you're 8-1-3.
Exactly.
2 items plus Sork boots at 20 minutes. Like, that is just absolutely insane damage from him.
That was crazy.
Still a shutdown here for both of them. Ricky going to be collapsed on in top lane. I think the 3rd time we've seen this one happen. The 3-man in top to take him down, and unfortunately going to be caught out yet
Ricky
again.
just wants some CS,
but
man.
The thing is, Ricky's actually doing a good job of absorbing, because they have to send 3 people up to take him down. But now that means St. Clair can reclaim this Dragon Vision, and they're going to look towards that soul point. Or maybe they're going to look for this gank. They're going to catch out White Snow's clone, going to be able to walk away for the moment. And I'm kind of surprised St. Clair not going towards Dragon here, not trying to get that vision. I mean, FaZe down there is sweeping it out, so they are able to get some kind of advantage. But St. Clair, you don't have enough people down there to actually reinforce them.
Yeah, St. Clair's going to try and make their way around the jungle, pick up any camps to put White Snow even further behind than he already is. Look at the CS difference.
Yeah,
that
is insane
like,
right now.
I can't believe how well they're playing right now. Not that Saints don't play well at all. It's just I wasn't expecting this.
Well,
especially from the last games that we had
against the team that they played, where they ended up losing, pretty badly in those games. It wasn't against like unorthodox picks. I think in this one, they're showing that you can't just cheese us. You have to actually beat us with a good team comp and showing why they're good. And especially because we've seen so much, especially, this might be a fight though. Only going to catch Fresh here after he takes the Dragon. Going to get the stun through. TP going to come through for St. Clair to try and catch him on the backside here. Vigar going to come through. I know it's going to be Ricky actually going to pop that ward, but Oni just going to walk away. Rest of St. Clair here to reinforce. It will be just St. Clair taking the Dragon.
I'm curious to see what they have up their sleeve next. I wonder if they're just going to try and push out mid and try and get that mid turret and inhib. Actually, it looks like they're picking to go to Baron for now, knowing that everybody just reset, so it's going to take them a couple of seconds to run on over there. But I don't think they'll be able to pick it up in time. Nobody really has the attack speed for it.
I think they're trying to force uOttawa Garnet to this Baron because they have pretty good vision around it. So earlier, instead of setting up for Dragon Vision, they set up pretty decent vision you see in that jungle for the side of uOttawa Garnet. So they don't want to walk through there just yet. You see Ari coming through the top, but I don't think she's going to get here in time. And yeah, St. Clair going to take the Baron uncontested here. Absolutely massive. And now up 10k gold in this game.
uOttawa really needs to decide like what their it looks like right now they're just trying to get any objective bounties as possible, because we did see that Gumby did end up going to bot lane after he picked up the objective bounty on the first turret top. but they really need to make up a game plan soon because in a couple minutes, this game's just going to be over with how much, not even just how fast Zephrod is, but now Gangplank's starting to scale. He does have his eye.
He got the
has
triple.
3
Yes.
close.
Yes, Ricky. Yes.
Wow.
I love it. This is the maximum damage build that you go. I can't remember what top laner in LCS did this. I think it might have been Dwippo.
I'm
but
not sure.
It's the maximum damage you can possibly have with Blitzcrank at this time, unless you can fully build the next item, is buying those 3
I didn't know they had
gloves.
Blitzcrank on their team.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good one.
Alright.
Regardless, Gangplank doing a lot of damage here, and now St. Clair, you got the Rabadons online for the Vigar as well. The Black Cleaver for Senna. So, I mean, they got every item you could possibly imagine. 3 items here for Azir, though, is actually pretty big as well. It means he's going to be doing quite a lot of damage in these fights.
He is definitely, the Azir is definitely going to try, actually, Oni just landed a Trem on the Tom Kench. It looks like they're just going to try and get in some damage here. Try and keep them off turret, but it doesn't look like it's going in their favor very much. Poor Ricky. We see everybody running down to him right now.
Ricky, run. Ricky, run. He's be able
You
to
got
escape.
this.
He is doing a really good job of absorbing the pressure from the side of St. Clair. And I was going to point out earlier, never mind, we have a fight going on here. Fresh looks like he wants to go in, but no, he's going to walk out. He's going to get caught out, actually. Big ult from the Wukong, going to catch out 4 members of St. Clair, but they're staying alive for a second. No shutdown going to come through. White's now going to go down as well. Trade coming through. Faye's going to pop the shield, going to stay alive. Ricky in the middle of this fight, going to flash in. He's going to get stunned up, going to pop the orange here. No, he's not going to be able to stay alive. Amlo going to get killed as well. Faye's going to go down. A disaster for St. Clair. And uOttawa Garnet finally catching a breath of fresh air here, able to get some kills through Barlow and Zephrod. The 2 carries for St. Clair still alive, going to be able to walk away for the moment, but
they don't have any mana.
They're hungry. They might want this kill. Zephrod very low here on mana. Sprinkler, and then caught out by the root here. That might be a free kill. Yes, it will. Zephrod going to find that one. Barlow going to keep walking forward here. He's not afraid. Going to dodge out from the charm. Going to go for the autos here. Going to get caught up by Gumby. No, Barlow, you're too greedy. Oh, he's going to escape, but he has to use the flash. So in the end, I think it was a 3 for 2 or a 2 for 4 for uOttawa Garnet.
I believe it was a 3 for...
It was a 1 for 4. I don't know.
No,
regardless,
it was a 3 for...
uOttawa Garnet hard won that one.
Jesus.
And Zephrod just says goodbye to the ADC from uOttawa.
This is why I always have a fear against these champions, dude. That point exactly.
Yeah, that was terrifying. That was a little bit too much damage. And 12-1-4 now for Zephrod. Just absolutely having an amazing game here on this Vigar. And for St. Clair, this is exactly the game you wanted to come out with, right? You saw these weird unorthodox picks and positioning from uOttawa Garnet. So, I mean, this is you saying, okay, you can't just pick random stuff and think you can beat us. You have to actually play a good team comp, which I'm expecting to see in the next game. And, I mean, everyone on the team performing, but I want to talk about specifically, Ricky usually, especially in the last couple of weeks, has really been that main person for St. Clair that has stepped up in those games, that has been able to hard carry them through a lot of the times where the bot lane, mid lane are really struggling. But in this one, he's not been doing any of the heavy lifting. It's been the Vigar, it's been the Senna that have done a lot of it for the side of St. Clair. Fresh going to engage on here, going to walk away.
I'm waiting for Fresh to just run over and ult like 3 people. But it never happens.
No, because they don't want to all stay together, because that's where you end up getting the most damage taken. Dragon going to be up here soon. Looks like everybody going to be rotating towards that. St. Clair has the positioning. Here, stun going to come through. White Snow going to get chipped down. A WQ going to nuke him for 3/4 of his HP here. And St. Clair going to be able to claim that Dragon and go to Soul Point. Looks like uOttawa Garnet want to trade for this mid turret, but I don't know if they'll be able to get this fast enough. Zephrod going to pop the Predator here, and he has the... I can't remember what that name is anyway, but anyway, Azir going to pop the turret here. Faye's going to walk right in here. That tanky boy ult going to come through. Objective bounty going to be claimed here. The mid lane turret going to go down, but St. Clair going to try and catch as many people as they can. Amlo to try and walk away here. Fresh going to chase after him. Going to get the root actually onto Fresh there on the backside. Fresh going to keep chasing him down though. Amlo can't run away fast enough. Looks like the rest of uOttawa Garnet going to try and escape from this jungle. St. Clair not going to be able to catch him just yet. Actually, maybe they'll go after Oni here. No, they're going to go after the wave.
Yeah, I think what their game plan right now is to let Ricky go back mid, hoping that they would send 3 to take him out again. But then they could probably pick up a top inhib, or a top turret and a top inhib.
It is going to be St. Clair holding a heavy advantage here. Over 10k gold, 3 dragons in their pocket on Soul Point right now. Going to try and push down this top turret. 3 people there, 2 people in the mid, going to be the gangplank, and the Senna looks like Garnet wants to engage, but St. Clair will have none of that. Gangplank starting to do some damage with those barrels here. Oni down quite low. He's going to go down. Wukong out going to come through. Going to catch out 2 people, but they're going to survive that very, very easily. St. Clair keep walking forward. Senna healing coming through as well. Going to keep them nice and healthy here. Inhib going to go down. Zephrot walking forward. Going to catch one with a stun. W almost kills Sprinkler.
That's crazy,
so
dude.
much damage from this Vygar here. St. Clair on the Nexus turrets. Trying to walk it down. Ricky getting quite low here. Going to have to back off here. A lot of members from St. Clair actually quite low. They will be able to get that second inhib. Going to try and walk away here. Don't know if uOttawa wants to let them do that, but I don't know if they have a choice, because if they go for this fight, they might just lose someone here. Stun going to come through. Going to get ignited. Zephrot might go down here. Yes, he will. No. Yes, he will.
No.
Sprinkler going to get him. Transform into that very, very fed Vygar. Going to try and chase after Ricky, but I don't know if he'll be able to catch him here. Ricky going to have the barrel in hand. Going to get the slow. They're going to keep chasing, though. Ooh, this might be another fight. Fresh. Going to try and back in the bush, but no, going to have to walk away. Oni here to catch him out, actually. Unstoppable. Now can people get over that wall? Fresh going to have to flash, but he's going to go down to the burn. No, actually going to be saved by the Guardian. Yes, he will. He's going to stay alive, but that does mean Baron on the table for uOttawa Garnet. This could be a turning point.
I honestly think that
Oh,
Zephrot?
wow, that ult from Senna did a lot of damage. Ricky going to take down Amlo. St. Clair going to collapse on this Baron, and look at them all stuck in that pit. They have nowhere to go. Ricky actually going to go down early here. Transformer going to come through, absolutely crazy. And what? Wait, FaZe got the Baron there somehow. Barlow going to go down. No, he's staying alive here. Going to be able to stay alive to try and walk away here. No, he's going to go down. It's going to be 4 down.
There's no way.
Volleybear's on the mid turret for some reason. TP going to come through as well from Zephrot. This might just be the game. I don't know if they can get back in time. And that is going to be it. St. Clair take game number 1 in an absolutely insane
no way that just
fashion.
happened.
What in the world just happened? I don't know. But all I know is St. Clair take game number 1. Unbelievable.
I genuinely have no words. I looked for a second to see if Zephrot had TP, because I was gonna say I feel like Zephrod's gonna TP the second he's back up, because they know that they're on Baron. He's gonna TP back to the Nexus from the minions and just end the game. But then I saw that Fez took the Baron.
I was gonna say my MVP this game has to go to Fez, because if he doesn't take that Baron, they get to back in time and they stop that Nexus. But because he got that Baron,
what did he even steal with?
I have no clue. I think he W'd in onto the Baron on top of it and was able to steal it. So that was absolute insanity.
God.
I have no clue what just happened, but I mean, really, I feel like that was a little bit closer than it should have been in the end.
Yes, that was okay. That's one thing that we should point out. That was getting a little bit too close because we completely forgot that both Xayah and Ahri. I feel like Ahri now is a little bit more late game than she was before. Yeah. But they were about to hit that part where it's like, okay, now
wow, that ult
we are gonna
Senna did a lot of damage. Rick's gonna take down Amlo. St. Clair gonna collapse on this Baron, and look at them all stuck in that pit. They have nowhere to go. Ricky actually gonna go down early here. Transformer gonna come out. Absolutely crazy. And there's 4 people in that pit from uOttawa Garnet, and FaZe turns around, sticks his tongue out, and takes that Baron with it.
That's like the most
unbelievable that he got that one.
That's the most BM way to take it too, especially on
funny.
Tomkin. Just hey,
this is my Baron, but that's Tom in the river. That's the river buff for him.
Oh my god!
Regardless, that is going to be it for our first game of the day. St. Clair going to go up 1-0 in the quarterfinals against uOttawa Garnet. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with another exciting game, number 2 here on Saints Gaming CA. Gets the stacks on the Sprinkler here. Sprinkler going to have to back off. Barlow down to about 300 HP, but nobody can go down just yet. But I think in the end, it's actually very favorable for St. Clair because of that healing. White Snow with the gank here in top lane. Ricky has no idea this is coming. He's going to pop that barrel, but it's not going to matter. He's going to go down first blood over Chana left on Oni. Sprinkler going to be here as well. W going to go down, not going to hit though. So Zephrot going to be able to get out from that gank. Doesn't have the ult to finish off Oni, but...
One thing that
Oh, Zephrot. Oh, gonna get ignited. Q gonna come through. Gonna be able to flash away from it all. And gonna get the kill on Oni. A beautiful W. Gonna be able to catch everybody alive. Will be able to keep himself alive with this. And the ult actually from his ear is gonna save him. Gumby power. That was a big mistake you made. Zephrot gonna run him down. Gonna get another kill. 4-0 on the Vygar. And St. Clair gonna clean up at the Rift Herald.
That was a beautiful play. It was I'm happy that Fresh turned and went on the Ahri real quick.
No, he won't. He's going to be able to get a White Snow here. Going to pop a Q here. Going to walk away. Amlo going to try and get some damage down. Zephrot going to flash after him, though. Doesn't want to let this Wukong escape. White Snow gonna try and walk away. Maybe get a kill on Zephrot. No, Zephrot gonna live again. 6-0 on this Vygar. Absolutely smurfing in this game.
Probably the worst outcome.
Now St. Clair gonna back off for the moment, and teamfight's definitely not going as well in the favor of St. Clair as I thought they would. Oh, FaZe took one step too far forward. Gonna flash over. Actually gonna live in this one. White Snow gonna follow it up with the ult as well. And gonna take the blast point out. No, he's gonna go down actually in the end. Zephrot gonna trade that one back. Fresh gonna go down quite low as well. Gonna try back though. FaZe gonna go down. Barlow barely living. No, he's gonna go down. Shutdown coming through for the Azir. Gummy Power gonna be stopwatched up here. Gonna keep himself alive. Ricky gonna join the fight as well as Zephrot. Double kill for Fresh. He's still alive. He's gonna heal up some more from that Sunder. Oni, no, he's gonna take him down. Gonna try and escape. No, the Q from Ricky. Not gonna let him do that. All gonna be popped here from Amlo. Gonna try and take him. Wow, that ult from Senna did a lot of damage. Ricky gonna take down Amlo. St. Clair gonna collapse on this Baron, and look at them all stuck in that pit. They have nowhere to go. Ricky actually gonna go down early here. Transformer gonna come through absolutely crazy. And what? Wait, FaZe got the Baron there somehow. Barlow gonna go down. No, he's staying alive here. Gonna be able to stay alive to try and walk. Wally Bear is on the mid turret for some reason. TP gonna come through as well from Zephrot. This might just be the game. I don't know if they can get back in time. And that is gonna be it. St. Clair take game number 1 in an absolutely insane
No way that just happened.
What in the world just happened? I don't know, but all I know is St. Clair take game number 1. Unbelievable.